I'm the idiot on the writer's block, and I'd like to introduce you to three more experts: Conor Bredin, Anya Pavelle, and Dixon Reuel. Hi, I'm Marcus, and I'm the idiot on the writer's block. If you're new to the channel, I, the idiot, ask experts for tips on how to write, publish, and promote my first fiction novel. I already have one graphic novel out called Culliver City Chronicles, Call 1-800-KILLER-GUY, Book 1. Click the link here to check out the giveaway that I currently have going on the book. And it would help me tremendously if you like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel for more tips on how to write, publish, and promote your first fiction novel. Now, in this last year alone, my experts have contributed immensely to my progression as a writer, and I would like to pay it forward a little bit by introducing you to some of their work. Here are some of my experts and the books they've written, and these are the experts I will be showcasing today.
Hello, my name is Conor J. Bredin, and I'm the author of The Longest Night. No, wrong side. The Longest Night. And I also have a short story slash novelette called The Stolen Dagger. The one thing is actually, because it's nearly easier to talk about The Stolen Dagger first, is The Stolen Dagger is the story of a main character that I completely cut from The Longest Night, and I retailored it so that it was a kind of a thing. So basically the idea behind The Stolen Dagger is it's available for free, and if someone reads it and is into it, it kind of leads them into The Longest Night if they want to, but it is a complete thing on its own. And the reason I cut that character out is because The Longest Night is a 3 main character book, and each character has a completely separate story and a completely different kind of plot line and everything that only meets up towards the end. So it's a supernatural thriller. I would liken it to Tomb Raider, kind of that kind of style of kind of action adventure thing. Also might link in a little bit with Dan Brown, the Da Vinci Code and things like that, but a little bit more, well, I'd like to say a little bit more kind of heart in it, but that's for readers to decide, not me. And it tells the story of 3 characters: Hunter, who is an archaeologist working in Trinity College in Dublin, Keith, who is a insurance worker in Dublin as well, and then Tasha, a journalist. The 3 of them come across this bizarre thing in their normal day-to-day line of work that leads them down the path, and they discover it's all connected to a crime lord who is just known as the Occultist, and his right-hand man who's just known as the Message.
Hi, my name is Anya Pavelle. That's my pen name. I'm an author, and I wrote, my first book is The Moon Hunters. It's a dystopian sci-fi novel, and my second novel, The Garden of Stone Houses, is historical fantasy. All right, so The Moon Hunters, I actually started writing it probably about 3 years ago or so, and I was wondering what would happen if people had to flee a pandemic. You know, I didn't know about this coming pandemic, of course, but I'm a medieval art historian, so I study the Black Death, I study plagues and everything. And I was wondering, well, what if people fled to an island and started a whole new civilization on this island? What would that look like? So I decided to have a group of people flee the pandemic from California, commandeer a cruise ship. They purchased it before the pandemic happened, and then they went to an island that had been in the family of the cult leader who decided to leave and settle on the island. And 3 different villages emerged in that setting. And then flash forward 50 years, the people on the island have been isolated. They don't know that the world has gotten back to normal. And one of the villages, the village of Lehome, is led by a cult leader who believes in a volcano god. And the protagonist is a late teenage girl who does not believe in that system. So she falls in love with someone in another village, and then tries to escape her surroundings. But the book starts off with 2 people being found in a small replica Viking ship in the middle of the Pacific Ocean by a doctor and a research vessel who picked them up. And then they quickly find out that it's a clash of civilizations. So that is a very, in a nutshell, synopsis of The Moon Hunters.
My name is Eve Power, but more interestingly, I write under the pen name Dixon Reuel. I write paranormal, sci-fi fantasy. Rise of One is part of Blood Brute, which is my first book series, and that is launched in December last year. launched a book in 2020, and book 2 is coming this summer. Bloodbrute is the name of my current book series. There's 5 in them, and the first title is Rise of One, which published in December of last year. So I took vampires and I took zombies, a zombie apocalypse, and I mashed them together. Essentially, Bloodbrute is about a vampire just trying to keep his coven together. It's a modern day vampire. A zombie apocalypse happens, which obviously there's all the kind of survival aspect that comes with that, but then things are brought to the surface in that the coven of people he has around him, the other vampires and the humans, maybe they're not the best in the world, maybe they're not the healthiest in the world for him, maybe the dynamics of where they're hidden away isn't the best. And that's kind of a concept I tease out and look at over the Bloodbrute series. So it's much more of an eerie, psychological, my background is in poetry, so it's less blood and gore and more kind of tensions between people across the 5-book series. So book 1, Rise of One, was released in, as I said, December of last year. Yes, I decided to launch my debut book in 2020. Beautiful cover. I keep holding it up because the artwork on this is stunning. My illustrator, I can give you her details, does amazing work. And I wouldn't be where I am without her and her talent. So book 2 is coming this summer. And the eye on that one is like a beautiful golden color. It's on my website and social medias and everything. So Fall of 2 is the next book, where the vampire after the events of Rise of 1, he awakens to a whole new world.
There you have it, some of the wonderful people who have helped me on my journey to become a better writer. Check in the description to this video for links to their work. And show them some love by buying their books, subscribing to their podcasts, watching their videos, and sending them a hearty hello from the Idiot on the Writer's Block. And don't forget, you can help me too by liking, sharing, subscribing to this channel for more tips on how to write, publish, and promote your first fiction novel. I'm Marcus, and I'll see you next time.